Jesus. Diary of St. Francis de Sales. Many aspire to perfection, yet few attain it because they do not walk as they ought. With perfect trust in God and total surrender to His Providence. Instead, they place undue confidence in themselves and their good works. Such individuals become anxious and strive rather than remaining tranquil, using the means afforded to them in peace to reach perfection according to their own calling. God, under whose providence we have entrusted ourselves, will undoubtedly take care to provide us with all that we need. Therefore, we must be assured that nothing will be lacking to us, and even if something were to be lacking, in truth, we would need for nothing if we have God, who must be our all. Family Sermons. On May 23rd, 1607, the citizens of Thonon requested St. Francis de Sales to visit them. The saint had been in that city several times for various matters, but he had not yet had the opportunity to make a visit as their pastor. He acquiesced to their wishes, though he felt somewhat unsettled by the splendid reception they bestowed upon him, regarding him as their true apostle and father. They offered him magnificent words of welcome, and he was asked for forgiveness for the times he had been received poorly, with insults and even threats of being stoned. The most humble prelate, profoundly, suddenly, and with tears in his eyes, replied with these words, "But if on that occasion I carried you all in my heart to give you to Jesus Christ, however, now I can truthfully say that I carry you all upon my shoulders." The saint meant to convey that he received their praises with great reluctance as a true burden. The next day, he performed the canonical visit and delivered an excellent address to his beloved children of Thonon. God be blessed forever. Reflection of St. Francis' writings. St. Francis de Sales conveys profound insights into the nature of striving for perfection and living a life anchored in faith. Through his teachings, we understand that while many individuals aspire to reach a state of perfection, only a few genuinely achieve it. This, he suggests, is primarily because they do not walk with the unwavering trust required in God, and often fail to surrender completely to His providential care. Instead, they rely excessively on their own abilities and good deeds, which leads to anxiety and a tendency to strive without peace. The essence of his message stresses that true serenity and fulfillment in the pursuit of perfection rest in faith and dependence on God. Saint Francis de Sales emphasizes that God, who oversees our lives with providence, will provide us with everything we need to fulfill our unique vocations. He reassures us that we should remain steadfast in the belief that nothing will be lacking in our lives, even if we find ourselves in a situation where something appears to be missing. It is crucial to recognize that with God by our side, we ultimately lack nothing. God should be our everything, our ultimate fulfillment and source of peace. Moreover, the narrative of the visit to Thonon illustrates his humility and genuine affection for those he serves. Despite receiving overwhelming praise from the citizens, he humbly acknowledges the burdens that come with their acclaim. His heartfelt response reveals his deep commitment to his flock and the sacrifices inherent in spiritual leadership. He understands the challenges of being a shepherd and accepts the undeserved accolades with reluctance, wishing instead to bear their burdens on his shoulders. In summary, St. Francis de Sales invites us to cultivate a relationship characterized by deep trust in God and peaceful acceptance of our journey toward perfection. His teachings remind us that while the pursuit of perfection is noble, it is not attainable through mere self-reliance. Instead, we are called to rely on divine grace and providence, understanding that true fulfillment is found in our relationship with God, a presence that enriches our lives beyond measures. God be blessed forever.